If the baby's mine, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But damn, like, why do I gotta learn this lesson like this? Like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Son Yonatan back again with another video. So in today's video, I wanted to give you some more of that good spell, that God spell. This video is also kind of about semen retention and no fat, but I'm gonna get into that later into the video. But first, we're just gonna start off with just some of my experiences with lust and how it allowed me to have a worse outlook on life and just some bad things to happen, in my opinion, and just to other people as well. And I just want to give you this advice, or just tell you the story so that maybe you can learn something from it, and maybe you won't make the same mistakes or do the same things as I did, or you can learn something from it. What the whole idea of lust is basically being a slave to your temptations of just wanting to have sex or just being horny. And, there's nothing wrong with having sex or just expressing your sexuality, different things like this, different concepts like this. It's good to be masculine. It's good to be feminine. It's good to have, muscles. It's good to be curvy looking woman. It's good to look good. And basically lust is just giving in to your carnal instincts and your carnal mind. And it's just like those guys that be like, damn, she fine, just looking at all the different girls, and like he can't control his self. Like he's thinking with this head and not this head, or not this. He's not thinking with his gut. He's not thinking with his heart. He's not thinking with his mind. He's thinking with his head down here, his root chakra, which is cool. Survival, money, yeah, it's fine. As above and so below, we got to have the balance of both. But just focusing on those things, focusing on that sex, that's what lust is, I think, is that just focusing on those things. Like, you're just overindulged with it. Like, it doesn't come naturally. It's not just a healthy thing. Just like how you can do anything in moderation. You can eat it. You can be gluttonous and eat a lot of food, or you can just have a regular ass appetite, or you can be lustful and like your appetite for sex is just so overboard. Or you can be regular. You got to forgive yourself, basically. You got to forgive yourself for the shame. You got to see yourself going through the action. And you got to have a process of neutrality and just observing the situation. But when we have shame and people told us that this is a bad thing, sometimes people want to be rebellious. Sometimes people just want to do it just because people tell them not to. This was the case for me because I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. And my mom, she was just kind of just overprotective about me anyways. She didn't like really even let me go around, go around the corner of our neighborhood, It kind of made me feel like I was a little bit sheltered. And I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm an adventurous person. I like to go out. I like to see new things. I like to travel. I'm very curious, and I like to like take things apart, put things back together. My mom, sometimes she would like explain to me why something was bad or like why we didn't do things. But sometimes she just say no. And personally, I think when you just tell people no, or like tell people to not do something, they just are curious to why they shouldn't do it. And they just end up going out and taking the action anyways. When I was younger, I was doing Jehovah's Witness thing, and I was just really trying to get into the religion, and I was kind of studying. I was studying into the religion. I was trying to get my level up. I was trying to level up in Jehovah's Witnesses. I had a secret girlfriend. I was dating a girl when I was in school, and I was sneaking over to her house, and we were having sex and stuff like that. It got to the point where like her dad was already not cool with us dating, and he was trying to break us up at one point. And, we broke up a couple times, but we just liked each other so much that we just wanted to stay together. And then basically, the time that I lost my virginity to her, basically we were after school, and we snuck after school, and we, did the thing. And then we tried to do the same thing the next day at school while there was a pep rally going on. And basically, teacher caught us and took us to teacher caught us, and we tried to go to the pep rally. And then like the cop for the school came, and then like we had to talk to the vice principal. But luckily somehow, I guess God was on my side, or on our side for a little bit, because I was not. Basically, we had lied the same story, and we were able to not get caught. At least they had to call our parents, but I ran home so fast. I got home so fast, and I deleted that message so there would be no message when I got home. her parents found out, they were upset, basically made us break up for like the official time, but we were still together, kind of just sneaking, still dating. But then over the summer, I was still sneaking over to her house. And the thing that I would do, that basically her dad was like very overprotective as well, and he didn't let her have a cell phone. So I had an extra cell phone. So I would just give her the cell phone, and I would call her from the house phone or, another cell phone at my house. And one time when I was doing this, I was calling her phone, my extra phone. Her dad answered the phone, and basically we had to have like a whole intervention, like parents meeting parents, and like we were at her house, and he found the phone, and there were pictures and all this other stuff. It was just a lot. I say all that to say is that there is nothing wrong, like I said, with sex, but I was just too lustful. I was just trying to get that too much. I was doing too many things to have that situation happen. I was after school lying, saying I was after school, doing some studying or something, but really I was like chilling with her. She's lying to her people, saying that she's going for like this after school program. Really, she's chilling with me. And there's just a lot of messy things happening just from that lust. It's just like an addiction. People start stealing from people who they, trust and stuff like that, who would normally just give it to them, but they stealing from them because of drugs or whatever. It's the same thing with lust, is that you are just doing things that are out of your character, or just that you don't really need to be doing in order to get this nut, in order to try to lay down with somebody. Or you are changing your character or putting yourself down in order to fit into somebody else's idea of what they would like you to be so that you can have sex with them. So there's a lot of things, a lot of ways that lust can mess you up. But that was one story where it messed me up. Another one that happened like that is basically another thing. Like with Jehovah's Witnesses, I basically told the brothers that I had a girlfriend. And so it basically led me off of my religious journey and led me more to I was atheist for a little bit. And then I went to like more of a spiritual journey. That was lust too as well. But that happened to allow me to open my mind a little bit more with different things. But I was still in a very dark place because my whole life I was focused on trying to do this religion thing and staying in the religion. And then it just finally came to the point where I told the brothers, and they were basically telling me that I should break up with my girlfriend. But at the same time, my girlfriend was like cheating on me. So I felt like I had stayed with her and like stopped my religion. But then she ended up cheating on me anyways. So it made me feel like, damn, what am I really living for? Like, I do this to make her happy, then she does that, and now I'm sad. I leave my religion, now I don't know my identity anymore. If I wasn't having sex at all, if I was just not lusting, I probably could have figured out that maybe I didn't want to be in my religion, and I could have found myself more. I could have been my confident self and found myself more, especially I was young. I was like 18 at the time. I probably could have found out the ideas and the things that I wanted to do. I probably would be doing the same things I'm doing now, but just younger. I probably would have took action on my YouTube, videography, voiceover, music, anything that I'm trying to do. I probably would have done that a lot younger. I'm going to tell you like 2 more stories, and then we're going to kind of get into NoFap. We're going to get into semen retention. So the most recent story, it was like 2020. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2020. That's when the world shut down. That's when we had the pandemic, and things started to go crazy. And so right during that time, like in the beginning of 2020, like March, I had just went to my mentor's retreat. It was called the Spiritual Special Forces Retreat with Matthew David Hurtado and Michael Jaco. And I just learned all these different new like mental techniques and ways to like calm my spirit and just, remote view, all these different things. And they really helped me the last part of 2020 and then like the beginning of 2021. Then I got off of my peace. I got off of my flow and I started lusting again. So let's get into that. 2020 was going good. I just learned about crypto. I just went through my mentor's course. So I was investing in crypto and I was making, I was starting to earn a lot of money, and my money in accounts were starting to grow. And I was really feeling good. I was really feeling at peace, and I was feeling one with God because I was on my tithing. If you haven't seen my videos about tithing, go ahead and check them out. But I was on my tithing, and I was in my covenant with God, and I was just, in flow. And then I had got this job. There was a girl. Me and her were cool. And then we ended up started talking. And one night, we ended up hooking up. We basically had a one-night stand. I stayed the night over her place. We hooked up. We were drinking a lot, had sex or whatever. A few weeks later, you know, we were chilling, we were still hanging out and stuff like that. But then a few days she didn't come in and she was just feeling like she was really sick. And I was like, damn, that would be crazy if she was pregnant. But like, not my kid, because I already knew that she was still having sex with other people. Like she would, you know, kind of a little out there, a little loose, you know, for the streets, as they say. But she was just doing her thing. You know, I was doing my thing, but you know, she was doing her thing. She had told me that I should come over one day. Like I had brought the Oculus. I was ready to play the game. I was like, yeah, let's come over. I'll come over and chill. And so she tells me to come over. And then I was like, yeah, I was like, you feeling better? Because I remember you said that you're out for a couple of days. I was thinking, I was like, dang, you know, what if she's pregnant? And then she was like, well, I am. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Like still thinking like it has nothing to do with me. But then she's like, it's yours. And I was like, dude, my whole body went still and my whole mind, everything, it was like time stopped. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. I'm doing everything that I didn't want to do in life. Like, now I'm going to have some type of baby mama drama. Like I had a kid out of wedlock. I'm thinking of all these things, kind of make me feel guilty or whatever. We were just talking and I'm just like, yo, like if you just want to have the baby and then like, I'll take care of it. And she's like, no, I want to, you know, be in the baby's life too. And she's telling me she wants to be in the baby's life and like all this different stuff. And I'm just like, yo, have you had sex with anybody else besides me, first of all? And then she was like, yeah, there was another guy after you, but the doctor said it was 5 weeks and the hormone levels are 500. And if you look at the hormone levels, then that equals 5 weeks. And I'm like, man, I started doing so much research on YouTube. I started looking up so many things. I was like, HCG levels. I was like, what is the HCG level for 5 weeks? What is the HCG level for 2 weeks? Can the HCG level be higher for this week than the other? I was becoming a male nurse and like redoing this research, you guys. Like it was legit. I asked her, we need to get a DNA test. Like I wasn't trying to wait 9 months to see if I was the father or not. I was like, yo, I need to just know because I just want to have that peace of mind. I don't really care how much. Okay, it's $1,300. It was $1,300, you guys, like $1,300. But if we had got it at a certain time, it could have been $900. But I basically told her about it. I was like, yo, look, like we can go half. You know, we can go ahead and like pay this money. You know, I think it would be fair if we go half. But like, look, if you just pay now, I could pay you later. She was like, oh no, I called the guy. Like basically I gave her the number. She's like, oh no, I called the guy and he said it was $1,300, but that is too much money. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but that's too much money. And I got a baby to take care of. Bro, she was like doing all that stuff. And I was just like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like you don't even know for sure if it's my kid and you're like planning all this stuff and making me think that I'm going to be a father as well. So if I'm going to be a father, I want to step up. I want to do what we got to do to make sure that I am. For a month and some change, she was about to get ready to go to the doctor so she can have some more procedures taken care of so we could see like, you know, the baby's healthy and all that. So like for a month and a half, I was just depressed, you guys. I was just sad. I was just like, fuck. I was like, this is going to be my baby's mom. I was like, I'm really about to be having to be with this person for 18 years. I was like, we're not even that compatible. She doesn't even really love God like that. Like, how is she going to raise my kid? Like, you guys, I was feeling guilty, shameful, dirty. I was just like, damn, I was feeling sad, yo. Like, I was just like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to take care of the baby. If the baby's mine, I'm going to do what I got to do. But, damn, like, why do I got to learn this lesson like this? Like, out of all the people in my life, everybody, you know, had kids kind of young or kind of had at a wedlock or whatever. And I got to this point where I haven't went to jail. I haven't got no kids. I don't have no crazy debt. Like I have a little bit, but it's nothing I can't pay off. But man, when she said, like when she put me in this matrix, guys, this is what brought me out of my tithing. I stopped tithing. I lost that spiritual covenant with God until a point where I started pleading. I started just praying to God every day. I was just like, God, if this has to happen like this, I understand. But if it can happen any other way, please let it happen another way. But you guys, I tell you what, because I stayed in that peace that it was not mine. And I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to make anything bad happen. I didn't want there to be a miscarriage or anything or something bad to happen. But I was just like, I don't really feel like this is my kid. I pull out. I'm just saying, you guys, I pull out. I like withdrawal method. I count down until I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? So I already felt like, how do you know it's mine? That's why I wanted the DNA test so bad, because I'm like, I know I withdraw. I ain't letting all my stuff just hang out there. It got to a point where basically it was a month and a half later. It was a day before my birthday, you guys. My birthday is December 16th. She told me this on December 15th. It was the day before my birthday. She told me basically she wants to go to the ultrasound thing, gynecology, whatever. And they talked to her. They did her testing, and they basically told her that it was the other guy, or it was too soon for it to be mine, because the baby would have been more developed if it was mine, if we had did it in my time. Basically, it was another guy that she had slept with, a few weeks after me, and he basically did that on purpose. And then you know what happened after that, you guys? She ended up having an abortion, and she ended up aborting the baby. And the crazy thing about that whole thing is that I was thinking I was actually going to be a dad for some time. And this whole time she was pressing me, and she was like really taking our kid serious, and that we were going to have a kid, and that, whatever. But when she found out it was the other guy, she basically killed it, bro. And I'm sorry about what your stance on that is, pro-choice, whatever. It's the girl's choice and all that. She still would have like did that with that guy if that happened. But if I didn't ever have lust that day and just allow myself to be a slave to my body, then I would have never been inexperienced with that. Like, bro, that's not nothing to just scoff at. Like, even girls that end up going that route and getting that done, they don't feel good about it. They're just like, they feel like they have to do it because of whatever circumstance. They can't afford it. If it was some like rape, incest stuff, then okay. But like, it was just, financial, whatever. Nobody feels good about that whenever it happens. At least I didn't. I'm pretty sure she didn't. I'm pretty sure she would have done what she had to do if she had the money, but she just felt like she didn't. Lust can really get you off your path. Lust can really get you off your path. And it can really be having you feel different things, because first of all, it's a chemical thing, and then it's also a spiritual thing. It's really a spiritual thing first, but then it's also, your body gets attached in these chemicals, and then you actually start mirroring the person and reflecting them, and you may catch feelings, and there's all these different things with sex, and just having sex with random people or just doing things. And that's where I feel like NoFap and semen retention come into the situation. Because first of all, NoFap is just basically no porn, masturbation, or orgasm. And that's so important because it helps you with your discipline. It helps you to not look at women as just objects that you just want to have sex with. Yeah, like you are attracted to them physically, and you may want to be all up on them and, cuddle with them and stuff like that if that's your girl, whatever. But at the same time, you don't want to just lust for that. You don't want to be addicted to that. You want to allow it when it comes, and when it's not there, you want to be able to be chill with yourself, and then to be able to put that love and energy and lustfulness, obsession into yourself and God. Basically, put that into your love for God, for the whole universe. And how can you provide more value, more sexy, more appeal, more attraction to everybody? It doesn't have to be a specific person. And I'm not saying to be poly or just be with multiple people either. All I'm saying is that you can transmute your energy into a different way instead of just into one person or into one idea. The idea is porn. And basically, that's like tithing again. So when I talk about tithing and giving 10%, dude, when you bust a nut, when you busting it, when you just letting it go, bro, that's your life force energy. The reason why I say this too, like so seriously, and why I'm talking about it again right now, last few weeks, I was sick. I was really sick. I was like in the bedridden sick. My mentor, he was talking about Lyme disease and how he had it. And I was like, damn, If he had Lyme disease, I don't ever want that, because this feels like what I can imagine Lyme disease might feel like. I can't run, I can't jump, I don't have energy to do what I need to do. The reason why I brought that up is because right before I got really, really sick, you guys, I relapsed into masturbating and like watching porn. I basically busted like 3 times in like 3 days. And some people bust more than that, but I said that to say is that that last time that I did it, you guys, I got so sick. I got like, it felt like, I felt like I felt my energy leave my heart out. I felt like I was just an empty light, like there was no light left. Like if I was a candle, or if I was a light bulb and I had electricity, I felt like my electricity just was very minimal, like a battery on dead. And like it took a long time to recharge. It took a long time to get, better. And I felt like if I didn't do that busting, then that life energy within me would also sustain me physically, mentally, spiritually, so that I'm focused and I'm able to, have a better outlook on myself, and I can get to a normal standard, of just being good. Lust can lead you down a lot of paths where you're just giving of yourself away. Your soul, splitting your soul, and you're basically giving yourself out there into the world. And that's basically the whole game of not what we're not supposed to do. We can enjoy this thing. We can be in the world, but not of it. But once you start sowing your seeds all over the place, then you become of it. And you start manifesting consequences of different things that you can't change at some point. Sex is such a powerful thing. Sex is such a powerful thing. Look at this book. That's the sun, but it's also an egg. All the sperm and the eggs. Basically, bro, sex requires trust. Sex requires, you guys seeing each other naked. Sex requires a lot of vulnerability. It requires you showing your true selves to the person. Even if you don't think so, if you think you're doing it casually, it's still, you're showing a part of yourself to that person that you haven't shown to the world. And so when you obsess over a person, or you lust over a person, and you're just, giving your idea, your attention, that energy to that person, or just to the porn industry, you're basically breaking your connection with source. You're breaking your connection with God, because when you trust and you look within and you give all that energy back, God will give you that representation to the world. He'll give you that perfect mate. You know what I'm saying? If you stop just giving your money out to anybody, or you're just giving your seeds out to anybody, and give it to a place where God is, sowing the seed and giving the idea, then you're able to grow that aspect. But yeah, you guys, this is a lot of subjects, a lot of things that can really help you in your life. Like, I ain't here to lecture nobody. I'm just here to tell you my experience, and you can do whatever you want. But I just know that when you're conscious with your sex, then you're able to have more energy, and you'll be able to connect with God more, and you'll be able to manifest so much better. And you won't feel these lower levels of consciousness, because I know that when you guys be busting, you be feeling these lower levels of consciousness. I'm going to put them on the screen. You may be feeling shame. You may be feeling guilt or apathy. Now, it's not to say that masturbation in itself is bad. It's just, again, what are we lusting after? What is the intention with it? Is your intention for this experience, this masturbation experience, to just get off? You're feeling like a whole bunch of energy inside you, and you're just like, I just wanted to go away. I just want to, or are you looking at it from, hey, I have a lot of potent energy within me, and I'm going to use this to create something. I'm going to imagine while I have this arousal, and I'm going to imagine my dream person, and you're going to orgasm to them. Or you're going to take that energy, that spiritual energy, that pressure that's building in within you, and you can use it to work out. You can use it to create a book or an idea, a video, a business. And that's the difference, because once you give away that energy, it kind of makes you feel lower. But once you start holding it in, you get to the places of courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. See, once you get to that joy, once you start producing the fruits of the spirit, that's how you know that you're on the right path. You'll always know. You won't feel anxious. You won't feel worry. You won't feel anxiety. You won't feel fear, guilt. Those emotions can come up, but you'll know not to stay in them because you're standing on the principle, on the idea. Anyways, you guys, if you like that content, if you like this transmission, go ahead and subscribe, like for more videos like this, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.